you got.
That's the problem.
But that little female you got, she probably around here somewhere. I'll catch up with her.
Wait, hey.
In a post-press conference interview, Detroit boxer Frank Martin expressed his annoyance at Gervonta "Tank" Davis's mention of Martin's fiancée during their most recent press conference in Las Vegas. Martin detailed his plan of attack against Tank on June 15.
Game plan is crazy, you know. So it's a lot of them guys he get in there with is not like me, you know.
The heated press conference between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Frank Martin has added immense excitement to their upcoming bout on June 15th. Both fighters share a rich history from their amateur days, having trained and sparred together multiple times. Tank is especially eager to make a strong comeback after a long absence from the ring. The tension peaked when Tank smacked Martin during their face-off, sparking intense anticipation. Experts have started weighing in with their predictions, making the fight even more intriguing. Stay tuned to hear what both fighters had to say about their matchup and what the experts are predicting for this explosive showdown. The press conference between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Frank Martin ahead of their June 15th bout was charged with intense provocations and verbal jabs, setting the stage for what promises to be an explosive fight. Tank Davis, eager to make a strong comeback after a prolonged absence from the ring, didn't hold back in his attempts to unsettle Martin. Throughout the event, Davis made several provocative comments, mocking Martin's background and questioning his toughness by insinuating that Martin, whom he described as being from the suburbs, lacked the grit needed for the sport. The tension escalated further when Davis made derogatory comments about Martin's girlfriend, stating, "That little female he got. She's probably around here somewhere. I'll catch up with her." These remarks were clearly intended to provoke Martin on both personal and professional levels. Despite the provocations, Martin stood his ground and responded with his own verbal jabs, showing his resilience and determination. "I've been working for this," Martin asserted. "I've been an underdog since the beginning." He remained composed even as Davis repeatedly interrupted him and made dismissive comments about his capabilities and experience. At one point, when Martin was trying to address his underdog status, Davis cut him off, leading to a heated moment where Martin snapped, "You are doing all the tweeting. Let me talk." Despite Martin's irritation, Davis remained relentless, further intensifying the verbal exchange. In addition to his provocative comments about Martin and his girlfriend, Davis also spoke extensively about his expectations for the fight and his return to the ring. He expressed a strong desire to prove himself after his hiatus, which included time in jail and under house arrest. Davis emphasized his readiness to showcase his skills and deliver a spectacular performance for his fans. "I've been off for a long time. I want to be flawless and do what I do best, and that gives you fans the best boxing you've seen up to date," Davis declared. The press conference was marked by a lack of cordiality, with both fighters refusing to back down. Davis's attempts to undermine Martin's confidence by attacking his personal life and questioning his abilities set a combative tone for their encounter. Despite the provocations, Martin maintained his composure and reiterated his determination to prove himself in the ring. In an interview after the press conference, Martin shared his insights on the mindset of both fighters. He noted that their energies were genuine and not manufactured. "It wasn't faked or scripted, it was all natural," Martin remarked, hinting at their deep-seated rivalry. Martin also discussed their history, specifically a sparring session from their amateur days that had become a focal point during their latest face-off. He quickly brushed aside the sparring video debate, emphasizing that sparring is not a definitive indicator of fight outcomes. "We're fighting now, and this is where it really counts," Martin stated, underscoring his focus on the upcoming match rather than past training footage. He highlighted that sparring is just practice, where fighters can have good or bad days without it reflecting their actual skills. Martin reiterated that the true test would come on fight night, when everything is on the line. When asked if the heated atmosphere between them stemmed from their gym encounters, Martin suggested that the friction arose because Davis recognized the real challenge he faced. Davis knows he's in there with something real, Martin suggested, indicating that Davis sensed his opponent's seriousness and commitment. He attributed their confrontation to their alpha personalities, which naturally clash when faced with competition. Frank Martin remains resolute in proving himself against Gervonta "Tank" Davis, aiming to shift the focus from sparring controversies to the actual fight. The June 15th matchup is a pivotal opportunity for Martin to demonstrate his worth and counter Davis's psychological maneuvers with a strong showing in the ring. Rozier acknowledged Frank Martin's capabilities as a fighter but emphasized the need for Martin to perform at an exceptionally high level to contend with Davis. He likened the required performance to upgrading from a Hyundai to a Lexus or Genesis, indicating that only a top-tier effort would suffice against a fighter of Davis's caliber. Despite his respect for Martin, Rozier expressed skepticism about Martin's ability to withstand Davis's force and power, suggesting Davis would ultimately emerge victorious. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for the latest notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Despite the latest sparring controversy, both fighters are steadfast in their preparations. Davis, boasting a perfect 29-0 record with 27 knockouts, views this fight as another chance to reinforce his dominance and continue his legacy as an undefeated champion. His explosive style and power are his key assets, which he aims to leverage to overwhelm Martin. Frank Martin, currently holding an 18-0 record, sees the Davis fight as a crucial opportunity to make a significant impact and establish himself among the sport's elite. Recognizing Davis's formidable reputation, Martin remains undeterred. He emphasizes, "Davis is in a spot where I want to be," viewing the fight as a chance to elevate his career and validate his ambitions. Martin believes that a decisive victory over Davis would cement his status as a top-tier contender, paving the way for bigger fights in the future. The verbal sparring leading up to their matchup has only intensified their rivalry. Despite Davis's psychological tactics, including selectively leaking sparring videos, Martin's confidence remains high. Both boxers are focusing on their strategies, understanding that the fight will require precise execution and mental resilience. Davis's experience and Martin's determination set the stage for an electrifying encounter.
Fighter, but Tank's just on an entirely different level, and he's going to show you there's levels to this in this sport.
It's gonna be a good fight, you know. I think Tank gonna get him in like
Sharing their predictions.
right 8.
Ultimately, Martin and Davis are focused on winning the real battle in the ring, ready to prove themselves in what promises to be a thrilling and decisive showdown.